Right, so what's going on, Dark Magical community, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing my very first live duel, which is actually a 2010 Edison duel. You have myself on the left playing Lightsworn versus my friend Justin Perkins on the right playing Blackwing Vayu Turbo. Before we get into this today, as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It just motivates me to make more content like this and really motivates me to go above and beyond for you guys. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this deck, or into this match here. This is actually my first time doing commentary as well, so it might be a couple hiccups here and there, but we're going to try and do our best here. So I do believe that Justin manages to take the die roll here. Since this is 2010 format, he also gets to draw for turn. He starts off by going normal summon Bora the Spear and drop down a couple of back row and pass. So very different format 2010 is compared to 2022. So starting off a bit slow by today's standards. Looks like I start off my turn one by setting one monster face down and passing turn. I do believe that my opening hand here was not that great, so definitely not too good to set a small defense. I do believe this is a Raikou just going to eat this Bora. It is a Raikou Lightsworn Hunter, which its flip effect is, when it's flipped face up, target a card on the field, destroy it, and then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Sit here and ponder for a while on which one is actually better to destroy. So I decided to go ahead and just get rid of the Bora. I mill Honest, Celestial Lightsworn Angel, and Foolish Burial. So I ended up taking 16 here on top of a Kalute. So taking 3,000 quite quickly in this matchup. Looks like I draw into a Solar Recharge, which I activate. Going to discard for cost here. Hopefully he does not have Dark Bribe. I actually did not get to see what I discarded for cost, unfortunately. I should have had the camera angle just a little bit better. But I did draw into 2 Raikous, so we just cannot seem to get there here. This actually blew my mind here because I kind of forgot that you can Icarus technically for 1, Icarus targeting itself. And 1 card your opponent controls, which is actually kind of wild. I thought that I was actually sort of playing around Icarus by only setting 1, so definitely something to relearning this format. But starts off with activate Black Whirlwind and normal summon Kalute, which I do believe grabs him a Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, or a Blizzard. I do not remember which one he searches here, but it looks like he searches Blizzard. Once again, guys, I'm sorry that there are some parts of the video that are a little bit out of the frame. Haven't really done a video like this in a while, so definitely going to learn from this. I'm actively taking notes. So I eat another 1,400, draw into Gold Sark, way too late. At this point, I think I've pretty much just lost the game. Activate Gold Sark 9 times out of 10 in this deck. Gold Sark is going to hit Judgment Dragon, so probably not going to be able to live, unfortunately, to be able to get that Judgment Dragon off of Gold Sarcophagus. But once again, I set yet another Raikou and think about setting Beckoning Light, or is this Mirror Force? It was Beckoning Light, so I did not set Beckoning Light. Just set yet another Raikou face down. He normal summons Blackwing Blizzard, declares the effect of Blizzard and Black Whirlwind, so he's going to be able to bring back the Bora as well as search a Vayu off of this. And this is basically just going to be game. He also can he brings back the Bora off of the Blizzard. Contemplate some things here. More than likely, he also has the Gale to special, which results in making an Armor Master here. Or this is actually Brionac, I'm sorry, Brionac Bounce. And also is going to make a Blackwing Armed Wing. And this is just going to be game here. I do have Necrogardna, but I do not remember how this game ends up going. So he pitches Vayu, bounces my card. So I negate the attack of Armed Wing with Necrogardna, eat Brionac, which puts me down to 300. And of course, we draw the ever so faithful Wolf Lightsworn Beast for turn. So at this point, we're just going to, I believe I just T-set and pass, set a monster face down, set a face down spell or trap. Actually, looks like I normal summon a Lumina, call priority on Lumina unless he judgments. And he roll impressions the Lumina. And I set 1 and hope to mill something useful here. Looks like all I hit was a Groth, a Gores, and a Cold Wave, so nothing that's going to be helping us here. This is pretty much just a very simple Brionac pitch 2, bounce both, and attack for game, which I believe was what ends up happening here. So he does decide to bounce 2. And I'm at 300, so the Armed Wing is game. So Justin Perkins on the right, piloting Blackwing Vayu Turbo, manages to take game 1. So, you know, we didn't actually side deck in this matchup because we are still kind of... both me and Justin did play through the real Edison format, but we're kind of having to almost unlearn modern Yu-Gi-Oh to relearn Edison. So we're just trying to actively just learn our decks in game 1s, learn the interactions, and then we're going to start trying to do side deck patterns, you know, side deck, things of that nature. So this is basically just playing game 1s, but we are not side decking because I would definitely need to be putting in some decrees or some dust tornadoes or something of that nature to be able to deal with all these traps. But I do opt to go first. Going second against Blackwings is never easy. So I start off by setting 1 card face down. Wonder what that could be. Hopefully this is a Raikou. It's never a good idea to just set something that can just get run over by Shura. So Shura attack, it is a Raikou. Pop the Shura, mill Rhoda, Beckoning Light, and Wolf. So good news there. Wolf was where he was supposed to be, aka not being in our hand. Justin sets 1 card face down and passes. And I draw for turn. Decide to tribute summon a Celestia for cost, mill 4. And he bottomless trap holes. I hit, looks like Lumina, Cold Wave, Solar Recharge, and another card that was obviously not Wolf. I think I end up passing here. I do have card destruction. I might activate card destruction. I do have a Judgment Dragon in my hand. Oh, I did decide to special JD and attack for 3,000. In phase, I hit Raikou. Dang, I really wish that I could see what I'm milling here, guys. I'm so sorry. There was a Necro Garden milled among those cards, though. Normal Shura and declares attack on JD. This obviously has Kalute, so I immediately Necro Garden the Shura. I did top deck a Brain Control for turn. And I pay 1,000 for JD, chains Icarus. And Justin did state right here that he was thinking for some reason he had to have another card to pop for Icarus, which was why he set the Heavy Storm. Not really a bad misplay, considering in Lightsworn I'm never going to say anything that's just not immediately chainable anyway. I don't really play any real back row other than Mirror Force. But normal summon Aaron, attack him for 16, go to end phase, mill Celestia, Arcus, and Beckoning Light. He draws for turn, checks Graveyard, does not have Vayu. So good news for us. He does normal summon the Dark Greffer, which does scare me a little bit, but he goes to attack for 100, and I drop Honest over Aaron. So Justin is currently sitting at 2,300 life. I activate card destruction. I get to draw 3. He gets to draw, I think it was 2. I did draw MST off of that. He changed MST to my MST, so it negates my MST. So I hit him, mill 3, set 2. He goes normal summon Boar the Spear. Goes to go hit my Aaron, and I believe, yep, that is a Mirror Force. So with here, we go into game 3. I myself, Michael Boyd, aka Dark Magical Gaming, end up taking game 2 on the left, playing Lightsworn. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. I really have been enjoying doing Edison content and playing more Edison format. Lightsworn is definitely one of my favorite decks of all time. A lot of people would think it was actually Dark Magician, but I have a lot of decks that I really enjoy playing. Lightsworn really does just bring me a lot of nostalgia to back to the 2010 and before era. So back when I was a kid, obviously Judgment Dragon was expensive. So we couldn't play Judgment Dragon. We played Graganith, Lightsworn Dragon. So come a long way. So Justin starts off his turn very strong by discarding Sirocco to special summon Dark Grepher, calling the effective Grepher on priority, discarding Shura to send, I guess would be Vayu. Yep, he sends Vayu. I do remember my opening hand was much better going second this time than it was in game one, but I'm still always sweating a little bit playing against Blackwing. So he sets 3 with a live Vayu Engrave. Draw for turn, draw Raikou for turn. So I'm just sitting here contemplating on how to play this. So I activate, I do believe that is Gold Sarcophagus. Oh, it was Reinforcement of the Army. So he does Chain Dark Bribe. I draw a card. I think I draw Charge of the Light Brigade off of that Reinforcement of the Army. Oh no, I don't remember what I drew. I remember drawing it and I was like, this was actually a legendary draw off of that. I think it was Brain Control because I take his Dark Grepher and discard the Plague Spreader in my hand to dump my Necrogardna. Very odd, actually, getting to use the effect of Dark Grepher and Lightsworn, but I did activate Plague Spreader to revive itself by stacking a card. Synchro with his Dark Grepher into, I think I make the Flamvol guy here because I don't really see a big point in just bouncing back row at this point. He activates Suppression, paying 8. I chain MST, targeting Royal Oppression. And I'm going to whack him for 2100, and then he will go up to 2400. So this card's an old level 6 Synchro that does piercing damage. Every time he inflicts battle damage, he goes up by 300 attacks. So pretty basic. Flamvell or Queasius. He starts off his turn by going normal summon Blackwing Blizzard the far north. Targeting, I assume, would be, I think Shura is his only target. So this is going to result in making, I can't remember what he ends up making here. He goes Vayu effect, fusing or synchroing Vayu and Sirocco into an armed wing. It's kind of wild just how fast Blackwings are in this format, yet very slow by like today's standard. So he makes Goyo. He's going to Goyo and attack my guy. I do stop it with Plague Spreader or with Necrogardna, and I get to draw. I'm met with a very difficult decision here. I remember specifically I have a Solar Recharge, a Celestia, and a Raikou. So I'm thinking here, do I just set the Raikou to be able to deal with the Goyo Guardian? Or do I'm trying to decide, am I going to Solar Recharge, pitch Raikou, or Celestia? Because there is a chance if I pitch Raikou that I could mill Wolf with Recharge, which would just be great with Celestia. But then there's also the chance that if I pitch the Raikou, I have no follow-up to deal with the Goyo Guardian if I do not hit Wolf. So I think I end up going, just doing the safest play here and just pitching the Celestia off the Recharge. And I remember I do not end up hitting Wolf here. So I'm glad I ended up playing correctly. So I go Flamvell, attack over. Armed Wing, which puts him up to 27. Unfortunately, just shy, missing being able to crash with Goyo Guardian. So he does attack over my Arquezius and takes it with Goyo Guardian. Unfortunately, here I have to flip the Raikou and do it with the Goyo instead of the back row, so it forces me to play a little awkwardly. So I mill Beckoning Light, Honest. Looks like a Judgment Dragon. I remember specifically saying here if he has Mirror Force, I just lose. So I just decide to just mill with Arcus and just not risk it. So he activates Black Whirlwind, summons Blizzard, gets Blizzard and Black Whirlwind. At this point, I just look down at my hand and I just think that the game is more than likely just over. This is a pretty big play this late into the game. I really do enjoy these matchups. So he's going to Synchro Blizzard and Shura here into everyone's favorite Synchro, Brionac, more than likely. He does make Brionac. I think here he did forget that the Lightsworns cannot be targeted because of Arcus. So he tries to discard to bounce Arcus, but it can't be targeted. Okay, actually, there was a bit of a ruling dispute here. We didn't know if Brionac at this time targeted. Obviously, the new text says that it does, but in this format, you go by the old text. So everyone was kind of in agreement that this card did not target. I thought that this card always targeted, but maybe I was wrong. Need to actually look this up. But he does Vayu into Armor Master here. So he attacks my Raikou with his Flamvel, and then it goes up because it did battle damage. So I'm eating some mega damage here. A Flamvel or Queasius over top of Raikou, a Brionac, and an Armor Master here. And this is just not looking good for me. So I draw for turn. I special summon Judgment Dragon, pay 1,000. He does bottomless the JD, still loses everything, which was a pretty big deal here to be able just to get over all of that. So I go Solar Recharge, pitch Wolf, draw 2, mill 2, hit Lumina and Beckoning Light. I set 1 and pass turn. He normals Boar and attacks. I call the Haunted. I'm at 200, guys. I'm literally at 200 at this point. I bring back the Flamville just because it's big and it's going to be able to, gain a lot of attack points here. I draw. Solar Recharge. Discard. Draw 2. Mill 2. I did draw Charge the Light Brigade here, but I just didn't activate it. Because at this point, I basically can't summon anything that's like under 18. I almost activated it here. I think I was out of Jane's. But at this point, like, Shura just kills me if I like try to be greedy and summon something else. So, yeah, I already had Jane, so I Jane over the Bora and hit him with Flamvel directly. Mill 2 in the end phase. He sets 1 face down. I draw for turn. Looks like I can't tell what I drew. I did attack for piercing battle damage. And that's enough to take it. So, Lightsworn ends up winning 2-1. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. So, I'll be back to you guys with more, not only Edison, but also modern format stuff very soon. All right, guys, this is Mike from Dark Magical Gaming signing out until the next one. Take care, everyone.